Sometimes the difference between reaching your goals or not is just showing up and doing things that you didn't want to do. Hey there, welcome back to My Epique Journey. This is DeVere. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that. Here we are on the journey from 600 to 0 to 600 plus. And as we document this thing, I'm going to be completely transparent today. We'll get into a couple different things, but completely transparent. I'm worn out today. I'm tired, and I did not really feel like jumping on and doing this. However, I know that this is something that is very very important to what I'm doing. So I'll come back to that in a second. First, I kind of want to kind of divert for a second into something that happened. So first of all, if you're interested in learning more about Epique and you have any questions, absolutely reach out to me, give you some information, whatever you need. If you're looking to join as a team, join as a sole agent, why would you want to? Or maybe you don't want to and you want to find out just to make sure why you don't want to. Maybe it's not a good fit for you. I don't know. Reach out to me. We will find out. But I want to talk a couple things today. One is I had a first, which was brought to my attention yesterday after a conversation. But there's an agent that I've been talking to for probably since about the middle of December. We started talking about possibly making the move over to Epique. And while we've been having these conversations off and on, and then we were supposed to meet a couple different times. Canceled each time. Hey, I got this going on. Can't do that. Okay, cool. I'm not very forceful, right? Like right now, I'm in a spot where, you know, I'm consistently busy with meeting with newer agents, new team leads, in brokers in some cases that are wanting to have these conversations. So it's not, you know, as the kids say, I'm not thirsty, right? Like trying to find just whoever I can just to put in the spot. So not very pushy. I'll be quite honest. I don't like to be pushed on like that. So I don't either. Like I'll follow up, I'll check in, all that stuff. You tell me that you can't make it, or you tell me that you're gonna wait. I'm gonna let you wait. You know, some people might call me soft and not great salesman because I'm not going in for the kill. But to be honest, I'm not just a numbers guy. Of course, I want to grow my organization, but I also don't want to be sitting there replacing agents over and over again. I've seen people have to do that in other brokerages, and that's something that I'm not really wanting to do. So I'd rather grow slow and steady and make sure that I'm getting the right people and not having to just replace people over and over again, because that's not sustainable in my opinion. You get burnt out and you don't want to do it anymore, and it just doesn't pan out well. So anyways, I would sit there and, you know, cancel the appointment. Okay, all right, cancel the appointment. And then I see this particular agent, they get a deal in escrow, and I'm like, okay, it's probably going to be a little while. Maybe they were struggling before, I don't know, but I saw that a deal went in escrow, and now they have a deal going, a big deal too. It was $1 million plus maybe, but it seemed like a pretty good deal for them, and so I did not over pursue, just kept inviting. Hey, we're going to have this event. You want to check this out? Hey, we're doing this. Check this out. Hey, just wanted to check in, blah, 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 all that stuff that you do. Well, fast forward, I found out yesterday that this particular person apparently had been ghosting me because they thought that I was just a recruiter and that's all that I did. I was just a recruiter. And so they had indicated that they wanted to join with someone else, which is fine. I mean, I know that's going to happen, but the reason why was shocking to me, right? It was, I didn't want to join him because he's a recruiter. And what's funny is that, yes, I do recruit. I don't know, like recruiter, I guess an agent attractor, whatever it is not on any of my job titles. I have, you know, there's a number of different things that I do within the company, and I do recruit. Yes, that's something that I do. That's not, I don't identify as like that is who I am and solely who I am. Something that I do, but I thought it was really interesting. One, that was the vibe that I give off. I mean, I guess I understand that this is about me recruiting agents, so there is that level of that. But this is also just part of what I do. So I could see, you know, that people thought that I was, you know, that I'm just a recruiter. I could understand that. But the other part was interesting was that I got this person to buy into the company and then buy into an additional offshoot of what we're doing. And so I recruited them to those 2 spots. They want to join in those 2 spots, but don't want to join with the person that recruited them there, which is very interesting to me. I found it fascinating. That's one of the first ones for me, but like I did the job of a recruiter to get them to want to be in that spot, and they did not want to have me be their recruiter. So interesting. Again, like it's very, this is why I tell people all the time, like when you're putting your content out, when you're talking to people, when people don't want to join you for whatever reason, it's not always necessarily about you. It could be something that I did, and I don't know what it is. To this point, maybe I'll find out at some point. But the reality is that there's a reason that this person doesn't want to join me. For whatever. And maybe it could be something that I did, right? It could be the way that I said something. It could be all these different things. I tell people all the time when they're starting their podcasts and things like that, they're like, oh, well, you know, what if somebody doesn't like it? Well, you know what? A lot of people aren't going to like it. I can probably tell you right now, as many people as call me up, request a conversation with me, send me a text or a message that say they love what I'm doing, there's probably 100 times more people that are like, I hate that guy. He's stupid. He doesn't know anything. Like, I would never join him. And that's okay. That's what it is. I have to be okay with that. Otherwise, I'm not putting out a video. And today, that's not why. Like today, we're going to talk a little bit about the things that, you know, doing the things that you don't want to do. Now, that comment didn't sway me in any way not to do any video or anything like that. Like today, I didn't really want to do a video today. Not today. I wanted to do a video all day today, but now it's like I'm worn out from the day, a little bit tired, still getting over kind of my sickness, right? But I know that I need to continue to create content. I know that I missed a couple days when I went to go visit my friend, and then last week when I really wasn't feeling well, and you know, I'm kind of kicking myself for not showing up on those days either. But you know, I'm not gonna have any regrets on it. But the reality is that when I do a video, even when I don't want to, there's going to be a set of eyeballs on it. And that set of eyeballs, like I might not have, like there's certain videos that I have over 1,000 views, which is great for me. You know, I've almost 800 on another one, but then you'll see a bunch of videos where I have 40 people, 30 views, like all these different views. But the reality is there might be one view out there that something hits and someone connects with, that they didn't see the other ones. And that one connection, that one view could be the difference between like a ton of things. To give you an example, like right now, the calls that I've had set up this week, that I've already had this week, and then what I'm having by Friday in 1 week are like the difference between several hundred agents to be joining Epique with us, right? So for me that there could be one set of eyeballs that could lead to another several hundred. And just because I didn't feel like doing, because I'm a little like kind of nodding off and dozing off and stuff like that. Like right now it is, what time is it? What do we got on my watch on today? So it's almost 8 o'clock. Like I've been on here later before, but today it was just kind of, I ran down to Henderson, if you know where that's at. It's 30 minutes one way, came back. As I'm doing here, I was late for a podcast I needed to do, knocked that podcast out, another appointment, and then had to run across back to Henderson to show some property to some clients of mine. And that was another 30 minutes the other way and back. And so it just kind of been running around all day and not really feeling up to doing this. But there's an opportunity. Somebody might see this and they might resonate. They might go, you know what? Somebody didn't want to join me because I was a recruiter or whatever reason. And they heard that at the beginning of this and it sparked something. It might also turn somebody away that I may end up spending time, you know, I don't want to say battling with, but like trying to get to understand something that and have a belief and convince somebody. I don't want to convince people. I want people to, like, the purpose of this show, this podcast, vlog, whatever you want to call it, it is to do a couple different things. One, obviously, is to document the journey. So people can go and look and go, this, you know, I want to do this. It's not that easy. But I also want people to look at it and go, well, you know what, Brandon, in episode 38, you know, we're at this is episode 40 today. Maybe it's episode 40. they look back and say, yeah, Brandon wanted to throw in the towel for the day on episode 40, but he didn't. And he had somebody like me saying that someone didn't want to join me. Like that is like, it's powerful on a couple levels. One, for me to be okay with it. But two, when you have an agent that no doubt will have a scenario where they're trying to recruit and attract agents, and there's no doubt that they are going to run into a scenario where someone chooses someone else over them. And it doesn't make you bad or a bad selection to join. You just never know what people are doing. They've been burnt. A lot of them have been burnt through the sponsorship before. So some are making like hasty decisions or like they're overthinking things. And it's not just, hey, I'm an agent over here. I brought 4 people on in the first year. And some people will choose that agent. Like it doesn't necessarily mean, some people will look at some agents and go, man, that person has, several hundred agents under them. How are they going to give me the time of day? What are they going to do? Because they've been promised things in the past and now they don't know. So there's plenty of reasons why someone might not choose you. So secondary from or I guess it's still part of 1A or 1 and 1A is why I'm doing this is that, so someone who's having a tough time can come back and be like, oh, it does happen. You don't just grow, like not everything is a home run. So I might have someone watch that and go, okay, I align with this person. Or they say, oh, he's whining about something. I'm not interested. So that's kind of the main reason of doing it. And today again, like getting into that spot where, and it's not just about this video about this just happens to fall into what I'm talking about today is that, I'm worn out, didn't really want to do it today. I also don't want to mail it in either. So I want to try and give some value, to make sure that people are watching this and be like, oh, I heard Brandon again. He's tuned out. He's on episode 40, tuned out, not interested in anything anymore. I don't want that either. So I still want to kind of try and bring some value at the same time, even though I wasn't really like gung-ho ready to go and do this episode today. But I know in the long run, same thing with everybody else. Like you don't want to do that social media post, or you don't want to send out your newsletter, your email newsletter, or your physical newsletter, or you don't want to make that phone call. But on the other side that there's value in doing it. So the more times you can do something that you don't want to do, and obviously I don't mean crazy stuff like whatever, like going against your morals or something. I mean things that you should be doing, but you just don't feel like doing. Not just doing things. I like people getting out of their comfort zone. David Goggins, doing the hard things. I enjoy those things. I enjoy that type of mentality. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get people to do things against their will. Like do what you need to be doing and you're not doing just because you're tired. I'm not going to call you lazy, but everyone gets tired. Today, like my allergies are crazy, and that's part of it. It's windy here, it's dusty, like my eyes are like itchy, and my face, like my whole head is like congested. And so that's mainly why I didn't want to do it, not because I didn't want to do it. But the point being is that there's a lot of success and goals to be attained by doing the things when you don't want to do it. I need to be better at that as far as when we're talking about going to the gym or exercising and things like that. I need to be better at that. And as you can not exercise, but as you can practice doing things that you don't want to do, you can just stack those and start doing more things that you don't want to do. So eventually, the 3 months from now, maybe I'm back at the gym more consistently and doing the things that I know that I need to and want to, but that I'm just like, distracting myself from. So just want to leave you with that. If there's something that you need to be doing, you're too tired, you're bored, whatever, just do it. Just do it. Try it for 30 days and see if anything changes for you. Hoping that it does and hoping that it gets you to that next level that you're looking to go to. So, all right, I will see you guys back here tomorrow, and have a great one.